Hey everyone, Wolf Lord Rho here. Before I begin today, a big thank you to Mr. Flower for the virtual gift voucher. Huge thank you my friend for the support, it is truly appreciated. Thank you. But on to today. Today we wrap up Night Lord's week. We've gone from the fracturing of the Legion in the aftermath of their Primarch's death, the turmoil and infighting that followed, the attempts of the Chaos Gods to claim them, and ask the question if the missing Sevatar could have saved them from decline. But finally today, as we began the week with the effect Kurze's death had on his sons, we end it by looking at how, still now, after all this time, he can still unify them. General spoiler warning to begin, and a specific one for the short story Throne of Lies by ADB. As always, I really recommend you read the story for yourself first, as that's the best way to enjoy the lore for yourself. Not only that, we help to support the great Games Workshop and Black Library, because without them, we don't have this amazing lore to talk about. I will put a link in the description as always. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. Now, to say a Legion's bond with their Primarch was strong is an understatement to say the least. In fact, it could be said, if the Emperor had made the Astartes more loyal to him instead of their Primarchs, the heresy may never even have happened. The Legionaries see their Primarchs as their fathers, their genetic liege. And while love may not be a word readily used when it comes to talking Space Marines, it's undoubted that term can be used to describe their relationship towards the Primarchs, even for a legion like the Night Lords. Now, the dynamic between Kurze and his legion was always an interesting one, the recruits from Nostromo being heavily dominated by criminal elements, and this was something that always flew in the face of Kurze's desire for justice. There's many instances out there within the lore of him bemoaning his legion, remarking to his brothers he wouldn't know where to begin in culling the corruption. But for all Kurze's talk, for all of his rhetoric, he undoubtedly had pride in his Night Lords. He certainly never attempted to leave them during the Great Crusade, or kill them by the hundreds, such as his brother Angron. And he was absolute in his belief that they would follow his command, even when firing upon a brother Primarch's forces back during the Great Crusade, such as with Magnus and the Thousand Sons. And even ultimately during his descent into madness, in destroying Nostromo and the days of the heresy, Kurze always knew that no matter what, his legion was behind him. The tie between father and sons, no matter how battered and estranged, was inescapable. And thus, as Kurze accepted his fate at the hands of the Imperial assassin, ordering his sons to not intervene, he truly broke the soul and the heart of his legion. And as we discussed at the start of the week, the effect of this was immediate, with the legion breaking apart. But still, some ties are so strong, they bind even into death. Now, during the events of Throne of Lies, we see the Soul Hunter Talos once more, and he is led again by one of his visions to the Imperial city of Toriana, and it is within this city where he and his fellow Night Lords take an Imperial assassin captive of the Calidus Temple, ambushing the assassin after she has just assassinated a renegade high priest. The assassin's fate is not a kind one. she holds out against the torture for 17 days, far longer than any human had ever done before. But even she is broken in the end, divulging the information Talos wished to hear: the Uriah system. Now, whatever it is they seek, it must be incredibly important, because the call goes out to all the sons of the Night Lord's Legion. And amid the darkness of the Uriah system, above the world of Uriah 3, a truly rare sight assembles, not seen by mortal eyes since the days of the heresy, hearkening back to the glory of the Great Crusade. The entirety of the 8th Legion goes to war. And with the words "vengeance as night falls," by dawn, none will ever recall the Legion's shame. Every single gunship, drop pod and transport descends to the surface. The fortress that faces them, embedded within a mountainside, is heavily protected with layers of shields. But against the wrath of a Legion, they may as well have been glass, and the Legion shatters them out of existence. The Night Lord surging inside its walls, slaughtering any and everyone they find. And it is within the deepest bowels of the fortress they find what they came for: a simple recording. A grainy image beamed from the lens, monochrome green like watered down jade. It showed the Lord of Night, breathed Talos reverently. The Night Lords had come 10,000 years after the heresy, once more as a legion, called together in the name of the one thing that could, that always will unite them: Conrad Kurz, the Night Haunter. And man, the chills in that moment as you read it. I really can't recommend this short story enough, guys. The 8th Legion together once more. And then Talos utters that line: the Lord of Night. Just full on goosebumps. Man, I haven't had goosebumps like that in a long time. A fallen Legion united once more for their fallen Primarch. Man, these are the moments that just make the lore of 40k unbeatable. It's just awesome. Forever will I get chills at moments like this. The Night Lords have come to destroy the original recording of that fateful night so long ago. The night that Kurz received his vindication and sacrificed his life to the Emperor's assassin. But this is not the original, a faulty, jittering copy. But it's enough to stop every Night Lord who sees it into stunned silence. The flickering hololithic Primarch rose from a throne stolen by distortion. He advanced in a silence that spoke of faulty recording, his movements jerky and interrupted by static interference. None of that mattered. After centuries, the Lord of Night's loyal sons were seeing him once again. Their father's ghost, here in this tomb of a temple. If the Calidus had left a hololithic record to mock the Legion that would one day find it, they had severely misjudged the closure it offered, and the resurgence of purpose felt by every warrior present. Gauntlets clutched at bolters with inspired strength. Several warriors wept behind their skulled faceplates. Ave Dominus Nox. They chanted the words in worshipful, thankful monotone. Ave Dominus Nox. Hail, the Lord of Night. Oh man, that is what I'm talking about. How awesome is that? The Legion of old, some 10,000 years later, putting aside the grudges, the wars and the backstabbing, and coming together as one once more in the name of the only thing that ever did or ever truly could unite them. Their Primarch, Conrad Kurz, the Night Haunter. Oh man, these touching moments in the lore. Thousands of genetically enhanced warrior soldiers reuniting after thousands of years just to gaze upon a grainy, damaged, flickering record of a father they lost 10,000 years before. It shouldn't be remotely as touching and poignant as it is, but that's the beauty of 40k, and what better way to end Night Lords Week. So good. I really can't recommend this short story highly enough, and really any material written by ADB regarding the Night Lords. He just manages to capture the soul of that legion so perfectly. But as always guys, leave your thoughts in the comments below, I love to read them. I hope you've all enjoyed Night Lords Week, I know I have. I absolutely love these dives into the Legion characters, especially the ones where we've managed to dive into the soul of the traitor legions, highlighting their character that is so often overlooked. And the great thing of all is I've just noticed we've surpassed 70k subscribers, which means we've reached another Primarch week, so I cannot wait for that. Huge thank you to all my subscribers, your support truly means a lot to me, it really does. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. And if you enjoyed this particular vid, then why not drop a like on it too. But with that said, I am off, and I'll see you all again real soon.